That was absolutely beautiful, y'all. So I just got off a Zoom call with astrologer, and I got a free reading based on like my Mars sign, basically like breaking down my Mars sign and how you can use your Mars sign in your birth chart to find out what path you want to go down and like what's calling you in life, what's your driver, what's your passion. And so I'm already like very well versed in like my birth chart. I read my birth chart like it's the weather app. Like I live by it because it is your birth chart is literally a blueprint of your life and how you operate and what's gonna work for you, what's not gonna work for you, and just your I can't say your strengths and your weaknesses because everything is duality within everything. So you can use it in just learning a little more on how you operate overall. And it's so funny because I grew up as a kid, like looking at the newspaper, like 5, 6, 7, reading the newspaper and like, okay, I'm going to my chart and the zodiac signs, and I'm gonna read what it says for Aries for today because I want to know, like, I want to know what is gonna work for me, what's catered towards me. So ever since then, I looked more into like, okay, I know my birthday is it April 13th, so I'm an Aries. I already knew that, so I read more on that, kept reading on that, and then I came across like a whole different level of things going on. You have your whole birth chart based on the time and place that you were born, that, and then the planets and where they were placed in the sky for when you were born, exactly at that, down to that very moment, that very city that you live in. And that blew me away. So me finding that out, I found out that I have a moon in Scorpio. That would explain, I feel like when you tap more into your birth chart, the things that you were always afraid of or running away from, or the people that you even like didn't really connect with or had like a love-hate relationship, you realize that those energies are a big part of your life. So I always had like this love-hate relationship with Scorpios because I was like, I can't fully understand every layer of you, and I want to know every layer of you, and you're so enticing and intriguing to me that I want to know more, but I know I can only give you but so much because that's just that Scorpio energy that brings you in. Coming to find out that's my moon sign. So keep it short, keep it cute. Me finding out that your moon sign is basically like who you are at your core when you're by yourself, the side of yourself that you show to your family and friends, your closest people. You don't show this side to everybody. The side that I show to everybody would be my sun sign. So I would show everybody my Aries energy when people are cool with me, my family, like, showing myself on the internet, like, y'all see me, y'all get Aries energy, you feel me? That's just who I am, right? That's the way I see myself. But your moon sign is you, how you see yourself when you're by yourself, like how you soothe yourself. Like, what do I do when I'm not feeling my best? Like, what type of person do I turn into? Because when I'm by myself, when I'm alone, I give very much Scorpio energy. People come up to me and when they really have conversations with me, when they really see the way that I think, the way that I process my emotions, because your moon sign is your emotions, me having that in Scorpio, water energy, heavy emotional energy. I'm very intense. I am very, I'll give you a little bit, but I'm not going to give you too much because I don't want you to get one up on me. Okay? That's kind of, I'm sorry. If you're Scorpio placement, that's how I see us. And I love it because it's like you don't have to give everything all at once, and you can save some of that for the people that you want to share those intimate moments with, and that's my moon in Scorpio. 4:13 on the clock is crazy because that's my birthday. Anyway, this is so aligned. But me saying all this to say, I was on this Zoom meeting with an astrologer. I took a free course. It was an hour long yesterday. And so she was basically telling us your Mars is about your drive, what you feel called to, what you're passionate about. And I'm like, okay, me having my own business, Starseed Apothecary, me starting my podcast when shift happens, me becoming an entrepreneur, me quitting my job 6 months ago because I'm like, no, I am destined for more. I want to help heal the world more in my own way. I want to show up in the world differently. she was basically saying with your Mars in Taurus, because that's mine, I have my Mars in Taurus, another sign, Taurus, I really don't understand y'all. I really don't get it, but I know that Taurus energy is very stable. It's very stable, home, comfort in that area. So when I see a Taurus, I'm like, okay, they're very loyal, they're very stable, they like the foundation of things. That's how I see Taurus. Now, the thing about Taurus, I will say this, I can talk to somebody, I can have a good conversation with them, whatever conversation with somebody, and if I cannot figure out their sign, I'm like, you gotta be a Taurus, because that is literally the only sign that I cannot, like that radar, my Taurus radar, it sucks. It sucks. Every other person, I'd be like, you're a Pisces. I know it. You have water in you. But Taurus, I could never figure it out. So for her to be speaking to me, reading my birth chart and explaining that my Mars is in Taurus, I'm like, okay, this would explain why I want to be more consistent with showing up online, on my platforms, in my business. This is why I want that stable energy. And then the Aries, I have an Aries stellium. I have 4 planets in Aries, all squished together. Very, very high energy in Aries in my chart, because it's me. Come on, I'm that girl. But anyway, yeah, very high Aries energy. Aries represents passion, represents that independence, going into things head first, like the ram we are. Very impulsive. So me having a Mars and Taurus is like, okay, I know you have this drive to do this, to be on your own, to be an entrepreneur, to put out this content, to show up in your business, to create these products. But we also have to be consistent, that Taurus energy. We have to create a stable relationship. And she also explained that I have Saturn in Aries. Saturn is Capricorn Aries. I told you it's iffy with Capricorns. I love y'all. We make great friends, but when we butt heads, it's a problem. So for me to be turned off from these signs, like in my birth chart, like Taurus and Capricorn and Scorpio, because I don't understand y'all so easily as like I could pick up on other signs, it's funny. It's really funny that the things you run away from is literally in the forefront. These are like, if I was going into battle, these signs that I have, the Taurus, this Scorpio, Capricorn, this Aries energy, these are the front leaders, and these are the things that I've been running away because I don't understand them. Literally running from myself. So anyway, I just wanted to share this because this was just so eye-opening, and this is why I love astrology, y'all. I cannot make this up. Your birth chart can break down everything you need to know about yourself in your life, in your journey, in this lifetime. And we have these placements placed in a certain way for a specific reason, because we can use these placements, knowing the knowledge behind having certain placements, having certain signs in a certain house in a certain way, because it's going to help you propel yourself in life. If somebody gave you the blueprint of who you are, this works for you, this doesn't work for you, you work best in this way, you cannot work a 9-to-5 job because you can help people in your own way, in a different impact, you're going to take that. So maybe I'll start doing like birth chart readings for real. I do them for like my friends and family. Love doing people's charts. Even like strangers, when they come up to me to talk to me, and they'd be like they wanted their chart read. I'll do it, but like maybe I'll do it. So if y'all interested in having like your birth chart read, a little breakdown on how you operate, just comment below. I'm gonna hit you up, or you can hit me up in the DMs and be like, hey, I want you to read my chart, and we're gonna do it, because why not? Let's tap into this energy, because I like to know about how I operate, and I like to share those things with y'all. So let me give back to y'all in this way. If y'all interested, hit me up. Okay, I love you. Blessings are shared.